The planned polls will be the first since the country attained independence 12 years ago. The National Election Commission has 11 months to organize elections, and residents in the capital, Juba, say the newly appointed poll officials need to hit the ground running.
We're left with 11 months to the elections, but people are not sensitized. We don't know who are those ones who are contesting. Ballot papers are nowhere to be seen. And nor have we seen people like in the communities or streets educating people on how elections are done.
Let us have an election, even if it may not be to the standard of America, Kenya, Uganda, and all this and that. But it is important that we have an election, regardless of how it is going to be, but we have an election. We only need to now find ways of making sure that there are no post-election violence.
The National Election Commission says there will be no more delays and the polls will go as planned.
There are only 3 stages. Stage 1 is civic education. Stage 2 is registration of voters. And then stage 3 is to go for voting. When there are resources, we run it very smoothly, without any difficulty.
President Salva Kiir, who has led South Sudan since it became independent, is expected to face off against first Vice President Riek Machar, but critical decisions on where and how voters will cast their ballot, voter registration, delineating constituencies, and management of electoral disputes are yet to be made. The United Nations mission in South Sudan says it is concerned that violence is on the rise and could mar polling. The government says it is deploying additional troops across the country to address security challenges.
We are moving for elections in 2024. And if we are going for elections, then definitely we will expect South Sudan to be the most peaceful so that we run a real, credible, and free elections.
South Sudan's government says it wants to hold free, fair and credible elections in the hopes that it will end the cycle of violence that the East African country has been caught in since 2013. The National Elections Commission now has to conduct civic education, register voters, demarcate constituencies and polling centers, then come up with campaign timetable, all within 11 months. South Sudan's government says this task is achievable. Patrick Oyet, SABC, Juba, South Sudan.